Hey, honey. You there? I have a little something I need to run by you, and I'm wondering if now is a good time.
You need to talk to me about something right this moment? I can make some time. What is on your mind? Hello? Rick? Are you there? What did you want to talk to me about? Did you have a question or something you wanted to run by me?
Well, it's actually about our trip for tomorrow. You see, there have been some developments, and basically, it turns out that Wendy is going to tag along with us after all.
Oh wait, so... You mean that we are going to be doing this trip together with Wendy?
Yes, that is exactly what I am trying to tell you. Thanks for understanding. You see, I ended up telling her about our trip yesterday, and things kind of just kept going from there. Then she got all excited and said that she really wanted to come along too, and was talking about how long it had been since she last went on a trip. And so, anyways, I kind of just blurted out, well, come with us then. And, well... Anyways, she said yes, so...
Rick, that is not just something you blurt out. You can't just throw a whole other factor into our trip the day before we are about to leave. You can't just drop something like this on me so suddenly. I'm pretty upset right now. I mean, our trip is tomorrow. How are you supposed to make this work with an extra person joining us?
Oh, you don't have anything to worry about. Wendy really isn't worried. She said it was last minute, but that she really wanted to go anyways, so that it wasn't a problem for her. She just said she would spend all day today packing and getting ready to leave with us.
No, Rick. What are you talking about? Are you being serious right now? I am not concerned about whether or not she will be able to pack in time or not. Do you really think that's what this is about? Besides, I thought the whole point of this trip was getting to travel around a bit with your mom and make this more of a family trip, wasn't it? I mean, you can't just invite some strange lady to your family vacation. Don't you see how weird that is? Honestly, what were you thinking doing something like this?
Some lady? Hun, Wendy is not just some lady. I have known her ever since we were little. We were best friends back then, you know? I mean, back then, we were just little kids, but she practically was like family, we were so close. So I don't really see the problem with inviting her along this time.
Look, you might feel that way about this person, and that is fine. But I don't really know her at all, and to be honest, I'm just not really comfortable with her coming along on our trip, okay?
Don't worry. I said everything would be fine, didn't I? You're just making a big deal out of this like you always do. Besides, I already told her yes, so if I turn around and tell her that she can't come anymore, it will just break her heart. Trust me though, hun. Wendy is a really great and funny person, and I think you two are going to get along really well. You'll see, but everything is going to be just fine. I promise.
No, look, you clearly have not thought this all the way through. Let me try and explain a little more, okay? We leave for our family trip tomorrow, right? And we've already made reservations at our hotel for 4 people, right? You know that the hotel warned us that we barely managed to get the rooms we did, and that we wouldn't be allowed an extra person in there. Well, I really don't think that just one day away from our trip that the hotel is going to be very responsive about last-minute changes when they were already so clear with us about the room situation to begin with.
Oh, come on, baby. Maybe I don't think of everything, but you are the one that is overthinking things right now. I mean, she's just one little person. It's not like we are going to be stepping over each other and packed into our room like sardines. Surely we can squeeze her in. And as for food, well, don't restaurants and hotels always have way more food than you can ever actually eat in one sitting? We'll have plenty to share. It really won't be an issue. I am telling you that you are worrying too much about all of this. It will all go well. Trust me.
Okay then, have you thought of the car? It only seats 4 people, and we already have 4 people to ride in it. There is no more room for another person. So what is Wendy supposed to do? How can she get there? And that is not even thinking about the extra hassle of dealing with luggage.
The car, right. That is a really good point. Let me think about that one for a sec. Ah, I think that I got it. How about Wendy rides in the car with us, and you take one of those overnight buses and just meet us there. It will be perfect. I can see it now. Since we can only fit 4 people in the car, I'll do all the driving, of course. That way, my parents and Wendy can all get to know each other on the drive over. And then you can find a bus that will take you close enough to where we are going. Figure out your way from there, and then we can all meet up at the hotel.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Why would I be the one who has to take the bus all the way to the hotel?
Why? Well, because Wendy doesn't know where the hotel is, of course. Someone would have to show her, or else she might get lost going by herself. Then we would just be wasting time looking around for her and trying to figure out how to find her, you know? I mean, the thing is that she really isn't that much of a traveler, and doesn't really know the ropes, so to speak. Do you understand? And since you already know where the hotel is and how to get there, it just makes more sense to put you on a bus and have you meet all of us there. I just think the whole thing will go a lot smoother if we do it this way, don't you?
Wow. I am blown away right now. I really don't even know what to say to all of this, honestly.
Well then, if you don't have any more questions or anything like that, then I think we're all settled on the new plan, right? So, as for the lodging, I think it would be best if you stayed in the same room as my parents. I know that originally it was going to be you and I in one room and my parents together in a separate room, but I think it makes more sense if I share the room with Wendy since she doesn't really know anybody else. And that way, you and my parents can spend some quality time together.
What? Excuse me? I know you can't be serious about that. I mean, do you not even see how that could look even remotely suspicious to me? I mean, why are you kicking your wife out of her own room to stay with your parents anyways?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is the big problem here? No need to get so accusatory. What is the matter with staying with my parents? Do you have something against them or something like that?
Don't you go trying to put words in my mouth. You know that I hate it when you try and do that. You are always trying to twist what I say and then use that to change the subject. What I am trying to tell you is that there will be no way that the 3 of us will be comfortable all in one room together. They are only built for 2 people each, after all, so there is no way they can be that big. I'll feel like I'm some kind of freeloader leeching off your parents and just a burden in general. And besides, I already told you that it is too late to make any changes to the number of people that we told the hotel we would be arriving with. I am telling you now that I do not want this Wendy lady coming along for our trip. Do you understand me?
And I am trying to tell you that I already told her she could come. It is too late for me to tell her no now. She is looking forward to this trip so much, and think of how bad it would make me look to go back on my word. I am telling you, it will be fine. She is just one person. It really isn't going to be that big of a deal for anyone, including you. And if the hotel really does try to say something or prevent us from getting to our rooms just because we brought one measly extra person, then I'll just pay for Wendy's share with my own money. Surely that is more than fair, right? Or do you have something to say against me doing that, too?
Rick, I have no idea what has gotten into you, but it feels like you have just hijacked this trip and turned it into a getaway for you and this girl. And then to say that you would pay for her to stay with us at the hotel after you made such a big fuss about not wanting to pay a cent for the place anyway. I mean, you do remember that the only reason we are actually staying there is because I finally agreed to pay for it out of my bonus this year, right? So now to turn around and say that you are more than fine paying for your friend, well, you can see how it might make me feel bad, can't you?
What are you even talking about? How can you imply such horrible things about me? I just don't know what I did to deserve this from you. Anyways, We've made and settled on a new plan now, haven't we? Any more questions, or are we okay now?
No, Rick! It is not okay! Okay, fine. I guess I will just cut to the chase. But I know that this Wendy lady isn't just some old school friend of yours. Your mom told me that you two used to date each other. This woman is your ex-girlfriend, and yet you are insisting that we take her along for a family vacation. I'm glad that it was so easy for you to just invite her along on this trip we had planned out. But as your wife, I am telling you that I do not want her coming along with us.
Oh, I'm starting to see it now. I think I am getting why you might be uncomfortable around a girl like Wendy. It's because you're jealous, isn't it? You're jealous of an old ex-girlfriend of mine. That is really low, even for you. I am actually shocked right now.
Are you kidding me right now? Is that a joke? Do you think that was even remotely okay to say? I planned this trip. I paid for everything with my own money. And now you are trying to tell me that I don't have a say in whether or not this girl joins the day before we're about to leave? And just what is it about this lady that made you want to invite her so badly? What is so special about Wendy that even I have to change all of my plans around just to convenience her? Can't you see how your wife might look at all of this? Don't you see what this looks like to me?
Man, you can really be stubborn when you get like this, you know? Let me spell it out for you, okay? Wendy is nothing more than an old dear friend, okay? She means a lot to me and has practically been like family to me ever since we were both little. If you can understand what a relationship like that might mean to me, then maybe you can understand why I ended up inviting her along. And besides, from my perspective, you were someone who came after her and I, okay? Just grin and bear it is all I'm asking.
Just grin and bear it? Oh, you really do have some nerve talking to me like that. You do realize that you haven't helped a single bit in planning or packing for this trip. But now, on the day before we all leave, you decide to show some interest by just selfishly inviting a stranger. How dare you tell me that I should have to grin and bear through that? How dare you?
Oh my God. Why do you always do this? Why do you always freak out over the tiniest stuff like this? I mean, even my mom said she didn't have any problems with my bringing Wendy with us, so I don't see what your deal is. I called her the other day to ask what she thought about Wendy coming along. Mom said that she would love to have her and that I should absolutely bring her along. Even my dad said he didn't have any issues with it. I am sorry, but in this case, majority rules and you have been outvoted.
What? Do you really mean it? Even your mom wants her to come? And she even agreed with you about letting her ride in the car and joining us in the hotel.
Yes, of course she did. That is what I am trying to say. The only one that is so stubbornly fighting against all of this is you. So can you please just give this up now, for everyone's sakes? Besides, you might just want to stop for your own sake. You get so ugly when you show your jealous side.
Oh, is that how it is? Okay then. I see things clearly now. You do whatever you like. I will look into bus schedules for tomorrow.
Well, geez, hun. I just wish that you didn't make it so I feel like I am pulling teeth and explaining something so simple. Anyways, I'm going to the garage to take out all your bags and things so that Wendy will have some room for her stuff. And I'll go ahead and tell her that things are all ready for our trip. See you at the hotel. Hey, honey. I have a quick question for you. Do you know where I put my car keys last night? I thought I put them in the usual place, but I can't seem to find them. Do you have any clue where they might have gone? My parents and Wendy are all here, but we can't leave until I find my keys. We can't get into the car or anything like that. I really need them, so do you know where they might be?
Well, yes. I have them. But what about it?
Wait, you have the keys? But I thought you were already on your way to the hotel.
Yep, I am already well on my way to our hotel now. I had to leave a bit early to catch a bus that would get me there on time, but we're already moving and making good time. And just so you know, I took the liberty of taking the spare car key with me as well.
What? What were you thinking? Why would you do something like that? How am I supposed to get us all to the hotel if I don't even have my car keys? I can't get anywhere now.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Is that really all you can say for yourself? Are you trying to pull some kind of prank or mess with me?
The only person messing around here is you. Isn't that right?
Oh, please. What are you talking about now?
You took this trip that I had worked so hard to organize and spent so much money on and just decided to bring your childhood friend, ex-girlfriend into it. Then you tell me that she gets to ride in the car with your parents and that I'll have to catch a bus to reach our hotel. And then, even on top of that, you say that at the hotel, I'll have to stay in the same room as your parents so that you and Wendy can share the same room? Honestly, I really, truly want to know, just how stupid do you actually think I am? Do you really think it was impossible for me to read between the lines on this one? That you were covering your tracks so carefully? Although, if I am being honest, I am more worried about your parents who, according to you, are totally okay with all of this. Anyways, I'm sick of the way that you've been treating me. Don't worry though, I'm going to divorce you, and that way you can have your little girlfriend whenever you want.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? A divorce? Hold on a second here. Just calm down, please. No, why would I want to go and do something like divorce you? Where did all this come from? Let's just calm down and talk this out.
Wow, and you still have the nerve to treat me like an idiot after all I just said. I want a divorce. That way you can get with anyone you want to, and I won't have to be in your way to stop you.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious right now. You're telling me that you really want to get a divorce? Just over some little thing like this?
You think this is just some little thing? You're telling me now that you think this is just no big deal? You just tried to cheat on me right before my very eyes, and you think that's just no big deal? Okay, I'm going to cut the crap and get straight to the point with you. I am going to crush you and your little lady friend. Do you understand me?
Wait. No. She really is just a lady friend. Nothing more. I swear. You've got us all wrong. I promise. We aren't having an affair. It is true that we did date once for a little while, but after that she was never anything more to me than a good old friend. You're just so paranoid that you won't listen to a word I say when I am trying to tell you the truth.
So, you are still going to pretend as if I have no clue about what is going on. Wow. You know, I get messages from Wendy. I bet you didn't know that, but she is always sending me things. For example, on the days that you've said you have to stay late at the office to take care of some important documents, she sends me detailed messages telling me what you two have really been doing. It's like little reports about what you've been up to. And she sends me pictures too. Every single time. She had snarky little captions to them, trying to show off and make me feel bad.
Wait. I don't understand. What is this?
At first, of course, I didn't really think of the things you were doing really counted as cheating. But lately, I received a picture from Wendy of what looked like you, half naked, sleeping on a bed. And that's not the only one. I have plenty from her that look like they were taken in hotels.
Wait. Hold on. Are you listening to yourself right now? This is crazy. Just give me a minute to explain.
And I've saved all of them, Rick. I have dozens of photos as evidence. Even some screenshots of the disgusting messages that you two have sent each other. And that is not to mention all the messages and recorded calls I have of you apologizing to me for having to work so late and telling me you won't be home until I was already well asleep. With all that on my side, you don't have a chance. So, I hope you're ready to pay out the nose in alimony. I've already been contacting a couple lawyers about the divorce.
No, wait. You've got this all wrong, I swear. Just let me explain. Please. You have to believe me when I tell you that Wendy and I haven't done anything like the things you've just said. There is no one in the world that I love more than you. Do you hear me? I love you, and that is why I am asking you to please just settle down so we can discuss rationally. Can you please just talk?
Oh, trust me. I have been very calm the whole time I've been explaining all of this to you. And if you love me the most, then I guess that means there is a second and third in line too, huh? You just keep exposing yourself without even realizing it.
No, baby, please. You have got all of this wrong. I promise this is just one huge, giant misunderstanding. Can we please just talk this over? I can clear everything up. I promise. Look, I'll book another bus and meet you there. We can meet up and have a long talk in person.
You can come if you want. I don't really care one way or the other. But you won't have a place to stay if you do.
Wait, but we booked the rooms, didn't we? We should still have our reservations, shouldn't we?
Not anymore, you don't. I just finished checking in with my parents and older sister, so there is no more space. After all, being here all alone, I thought it was such a waste to have 2 rooms and not invite anybody.
You did... what?
And you know how hotels are always giving you too much to eat. Well, I figured I would need some help with the meal plan, so I invited my family to come along and join me. Even if you guys arrived at the hotel right now, there wouldn't be any rooms for you to have anyways. And it sounds like all the other hotels are booked through for the season, so I guess if you guys do come all the way out here, that you'll just have to find a place to camp, won't you?
How could you do that? And why did you just decide to invite your family? This was supposed to be a trip for my family.
I know! This whole thing really did just blow up in your face, didn't it, Rick? I mean, honestly, what could you have possibly been thinking when you invited her on this trip? Like, in what world did that ever seem like a remotely good idea to you? Did you really think it would work? That I would just say, okay, and look away? Were you trying to tell me something by doing that? Because I took it as you just flaunting your cheating and daring me to do something about it. So, I'm calling you on it.
No. Please, I swear, you have it all wrong. We are not having an affair. Nobody is cheating on you.
I really don't care anymore. You can cry and cry about what it was and wasn't all day long. I have the proof, and unless you can disprove all of it, I am really not in the mood for any more of your sobbing.
No, please. You don't understand. It's not what you think. You have to believe me. I'm your husband. I am trying to tell you the truth here. Why won't you listen to me? I am begging you here.
All you've been saying this whole time is that I've got it wrong and that it's not true. And yet this whole time, I haven't heard one word of remorse or seen any motions to apologize to me. Can't you see that all you're doing is digging a deeper and deeper hole for yourself?
No, please. Just wait. I can explain everything. You were right. About everything. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done any of that. You were right!
Is that supposed to be your heartfelt apology to me? Once I'm back from this trip, I'm filing for divorce. Be a good boy and wait until then, okay? In the meantime, I have a vacation to be enjoying.
Wait. You can't just leave me like this. Please.
See ya! After that, I silenced any messages from Rick and ignored his calls. Meanwhile, my family enjoyed some lovely spa days, delicious local food and wine, and had one of the best family vacations we had ever taken. It goes without saying, but there is nothing like getting out and traveling with the people who love you and know you best. After our trip, I returned home with my parents and stayed with them until I found my footing and began to search for divorce lawyers. The process was fairly simple thanks to all the evidence I had accumulated against Rick. And even though Rick and his parents begged and pleaded with me not to go through with the divorce, I just ignored them. I hired the best lawyer I could find, and we took Rick for all he was worth. About 2 months later, I heard that Rick and Wendy married, but that Wendy was a better mistress than wife. The marriage didn't last more than 6 months, and the two broke up in a really nasty way. Rick tried to reach out to me and asked if we could go back to the way things were. He was too late, though, as I was already engaged to be married to a charming man my sister introduced to me. After I told him that, he just walked away from me, shoulders slumped, and I laughed at him as he pathetically shuffled off. My new husband is kind and treats me with the respect that I know I deserve. Thank you for watching. If you